Now that prompting feels more familiar and ideas are easier to shape, this is a good moment to explore something new. Editing images. You've already seen how to generate visuals from a simple prompt. In this episode, we'll take the next step and learn how to adjust those images so they match your vision more precisely. For this example, let's generate an image of a supercar. Just like in previous episodes, everything begins with a prompt that describes what we want: the color of the car, the model, the background, the light, and even the type of camera if we want to go that far. We can keep it simple or enrich it with details to get the image even closer to what we have in mind. After a few seconds, you'll see the generated image. Now, on the right side in your history of creations, we click on the image we like most. In the lower right corner, you'll find the Edit Image button. You are now entering the image editor. At the bottom, you'll see several different modes. In this episode, we'll focus on the first two. The mode on the left is Edit, which contains two tools. The first tool is Prompt. This lets us change anything in the existing image simply by writing what we want, just like we've done with previous prompts. For example, since our car was created during the day, let's say we want to see it in a nighttime version. To change the time of day, write a prompt that asks the model to change the image to nighttime. Before generating, you can choose a specific model or leave it on auto. You can also select how many variations you want. Once everything is set, click Generate and the different options begin appearing just below the image. Hover over each variation to get a real-time preview of how it looks. Click the variation that best matches what you want and click the Save button to keep it. Save offers two options: Save and Close, which returns us to the edit mode, and Save and Continue, which lets us keep refining the image without leaving this screen. If none of the variations feel right yet, we can use the More button to generate the same number of new options again. And always remember to save once you've found the version you want. And once we've saved the one we want, we now have our car in a night scene. When you close the editor, you are returned to the history feed. To review the full editing process, you can simply click the latest creation. At the bottom left, you'll see a timeline that shows the entire sequence of edits, starting from the original image. This gives you a clear tracking of how the image evolved, step by step. And if you ever want to restart from any point in that sequence to make a new adjustment, you can do that easily by clicking it and continuing from there. Let's move to the second tool inside the image editor's edit mode: Visual. This tool allows us to click directly on any part of the image, which opens a small text box where we can describe what we want to change and where. For example, let's change the car's body color to yellow and the seats to black. We click on the body and describe the yellow paint, then click on the seats and describe the black upholstery. Now we have the car as we wanted it, a yellow exterior with black seats. So far we've explored the two tools inside the edit mode, and on the right side, you may notice the option to change the model you're using. Each edit action, prompts and visual, can support different models, which is why the list may change depending on the tool. You can keep it on auto or choose your preferred model, always with its credit cost clearly displayed. Now let's move on to the second editing mode covered in this episode: Retouch. Retouch includes two tools: Replace and Erase. On the right, you'll also see a drop-down where you can choose how to select an area: brush, lasso, or click. Brush lets you paint directly over the parts of the image you want to adjust. It's great when the area isn't perfectly defined and you need a bit more freedom. It's possible to change the size of the brush, but it never has to be precise. The most important part is that it covers the area that you want to change. Lasso allows you to draw a selection by hand, outlining the precise shape you want to work with. Click helps you select an area instantly with a single tap, letting the tool detect the boundaries for you. It works well when the shape is clear and easy to isolate. Try each one. They feel different, and you may find you prefer one over the others. Let's work through an example. Imagine the car needs tinted windows. We select the entire window area using brush, lasso, or click, and then write a simple prompt asking for tinted glass. Click Generate and wait for the image to update. It will take a few seconds. Retouch can replace almost anything: wheels, seats, elements in the background, whatever the project requires. If we switch to Erase, the idea is similar, except now we're removing what's inside the selection. For example, that small yellow light on the left side of the car, let's say we don't want it there. We select it, apply the Erase action, choose the model we want, and before generating, we take a moment to review the available options. Auto lets the system decide for us, choosing the most suitable option based on the type of edit we're making. Pro aims for higher quality results and handles details more carefully, helping the edit blend more naturally. Classic is lighter and faster, making it useful for simple changes or quick tests. Quen offers an alternative interpretation of the edit, which can be helpful when we want to explore slightly different results. Nano Banana Pro focuses on strong visual coherence and structure, making it a good choice when you want cleaner edges and more consistent results in complex edits. As the suite continues to evolve, you'll see new models added over time. Once we've chosen the model, for this example we'll leave it on auto. We click Generate and wait a moment for the result to appear. The light disappears cleanly. This works beautifully for removing shadows, unwanted objects, people, trees, anything that shouldn't be there. Let's now return to the original car image. If we want more control when editing an image, we can import a reference. Inside Edit, you'll see the option Add Reference. Clicking it opens choices from your laptop, your own creations in history or uploads, downloads, stock images, or community. For example, we previously generated a white car seat, and since every image is automatically stored in history, we can bring it in as a reference whenever we need it. Once we've dragged our image in, we write a short prompt asking to replace the seat with that white version we just made. Then we choose how many images we want, pick the model we prefer, click Generate, wait a moment, and select the results we like most from the new variations. And now the car includes our white seat, fully integrated into the design. And this is only with the first two editing modes. Edit and Retouch alone already open the door to enormous creative control. Take your time exploring these tools. In the next episode, we'll walk through the remaining editing modes and even more ways to refine your images. Thanks for joining us again. See you in the next one.